So this video turned out a lot longer than expected. I really wanted to make a nice short video to just kind of cut the old content from the new content, make like a bookmark where the channel changed. I'd really appreciate if you watched it all. Even if you're not actually watching it, just let the video play out until the end and drop a like, comment. All right, now it's doing too much. Whatever, don't do that. I'll see you guys later. I am moving towards a new schedule that I've been wanting to do. I've been scared to do it. In this video, I'm gonna give updates on this truck, on this car, and on this truck. So if you're interested in those cars or in any of the future videos coming, like Donald Trump said, I'm gonna come. I'm gonna come out swinging with videos. Starting out with the change coming to the YouTube channel, I really want to make the channel work, so I need to push myself to actually upload a lot more videos consistently, which means I'm gonna attempt to try to do the Monday, Wednesday, Friday upload schedule. The way I'm gonna do that is I basically took the month of March off just to work on a bunch of videos, and it's been very hard. I'm a one-man show, so I have to record all my videos, I have to work on my own cars, and I have to edit all the videos. So taking the complete month of March off to work on as much videos as I can for the month of April. I'll be scheduling them all out, and hopefully that gives me a little bit more leeway so that I could continue the momentum for the next weeks to come. My channel already is pretty much dead. It's growing, but it's dead. Just so one more month of me taking off wouldn't have hurt. The type of content that I'm gonna be making, it might seem very boring just because of how crazy everything is on YouTube. All these big automotive channels are, building super crazy cars. So what I'm doing is technically what they were doing back in like 2013, 2014, 2015. Just a bunch of easy short videos that might not be the most interesting, but I feel like they're kind of serving a niche in the YouTube community where the automotive community, where maybe some things aren't as explained maintenance wise, because probably some of the videos that they did make in 2013, 2014, they're probably not that great. But with the technology that I have now, I could actually film those videos, try to make them as interesting as possible, try to help you guys out so you guys could get the information you need, because some of the forums nowadays suck, those videos suck, and all these YouTubers, they're pretty much far beyond that. The little guy should work on those videos all the way until I get to whatever my goal is. I'm kind of just doing these videos so that I could push out as much content into the algorithm so that my videos could actually get traction, so that whenever I do decide to make bigger budget, more entertainment videos, I could actually get rewarded for it, instead of making big time videos with a lot of work being done into them, and my videos don't get pushed out that much just because I'm not into the algorithm, since I take a week, 2 weeks to try to film just one video. So that's the little update with the videos. Now we'll get into the whole thumbnail of this video, which I'm assuming should be the dark side of starting an automotive channel in 2024. Dun dun dun. It is very hard, especially when you don't have the finances, and the way that I started it is very difficult to try to start an automotive channel, especially if you want to be successful at it. If you don't care for it and you simply just look at this as a hobby, then you can film whenever you want. But in my position, I really want to grow the channel and, reach a certain goal. I bought way too many projects at the start. I didn't have enough money to actually be building them. And now 3 years later, I'm still kind of in the same state that I have been with those cars. Obviously, I don't have the biggest budgets, kind of like these bigger automotive channels do. I have to actually go to work, pay rent, and buy my little parts for the cars and try to do as much as I can. So it is very hard to make, the most grandiose, builds on my channel. It's not possible financially. I'll have a link down in the description below where I do talk about getting into a project car in the year 2024. I do give a lot of financial advice. Well, not financial advice, but I give a lot of life advice before you try to get into a build. This isn't a video where it's just cookie cutter tips where it's oh, you gotta find the best dream car you have, blah blah blah. Nah, I actually talk about what I would recommend before getting into a build. So if you want to check out that video, check out the description. And I feel like that would also kind of go along with wanting to start an automotive channel. You first take care of that, the channel will basically take care of itself. The filming and editing is a lot of work, so you really have to want to do it. It's not just you have cool cars and all that. You also have to be able to film, talk to the camera, be entertaining and stuff like that, which is something that I'm sure you can learn. I'm always learning that because I don't think my videos are the greatest thing ever. But trying to get into the whole YouTube space, the way that I would recommend it is buy a easy project car and simply try to do something, every week if your budget permits it. And also before starting, I would probably film like a good month, 2 months of videos so that you could almost get ahead, give yourself like 2 months of leeway so that within those 2 months that videos are being uploaded that you already had previously scheduled. You could also be working during those months to continue filming for the next couple of weeks. So that is kind of like my recommendation if you wanted to actually start a YouTube channel, because it is very hard to try to work on your cars, edit, film, you know, budget, plan out the builds and stuff like that. It really does get tough, and especially in the position that I put myself in, it's very hard trying to build out 2 cars and then maintain 3 other cars, you know. But I do feel that it does get a bit stressful and a little bit discouraging, you know, going into this when you don't feel like you have the finances to make the visions you have a reality. Because I have a bunch of ideas that I want to do to my cars, and I just simply don't have the budget for it. So it's only a dream right now, but we're working towards making it a reality. Now, enough of the dark side of the YouTube channels, and we're starting an automotive channel. The updates on my cars. First one we're going to talk about is my 2005 Chevy Silverado. I recently introduced this vehicle. It's going to be like the first maintenance series on the channel. I want to go through that entire car, get it as reliable as possible. It's technically my daily right now, so I really need it as reliable as possible, but I also just want to learn. I just want to learn how to, you know, maybe change out the automatic transmission fluid, or change out the differential fluid, or, you know, I've never worked on a V8, so I would like to change out the spark plugs, things like that. I just want to learn about the car, and I really want to get into that maintenance, get it all up to date so it could be running to the best it possibly can. Modifications wise, I kind of want to keep it, I hate the term, but as OEM plus as possible. I want to swap out the suspension because the suspension is completely blown out, so that is something I would want to do. Switch out the wheels, and I don't really know what else I'd want to do to it. Maybe just a little bit of cosmetic things, fix some paint, things like that. But there's not really much that I want to do to it, so it's going to be a very simple build, more as a daily purposeful truck. But if you guys have any ideas, comment down below whatever you'd like me to do to the truck, and I could keep taking into consideration. The next vehicle I'm going to be talking about is the red truck. So that truck technically isn't mine. It's my dad's. He left to go get milk to the liquor store about like 3 years ago. I'm still waiting on him to come back. But as of right now, the truck is under my well, the truck technically is under my name, so I am responsible for that truck. So as of right now, I'm just gonna keep doing maintenance on it. But any maintenance that I do, I'm probably gonna film it just so that I could start building up that playlist. I'll probably introduce that truck to the channels just because I haven't actually made a video about it. But I'm probably not gonna do any modifications or anything like that until my dad comes back from the liquor store with the milk, so that, you know, we could work on it together and stuff like that. Just because I don't want to do something and then he probably doesn't like it later on, you know, just things like that. But the truck is not a priority, but I'll do some videos here and there about that vehicle. Next, we'll talk about the Civic, which is like the first vehicle that started the channel, and it's come a long way. I'm not nowhere near where I want to be, you know, working on that car for 3 years. I feel like it's just been like ups and downs, but it's K-swapped. We're almost there to getting it running. I'm waiting on some parts, and honestly, this shipment has just been like the worst ever, and it's the one that I actually like planned for. I ordered 3 things for it. One of them showed up like 3 weeks late, and the other 2 items apparently like 3 weeks later, or like 3 weeks later, I got an email that they were like returned back to sender. Return to sender. Little update. So today, which is April 2nd, the day before this video is supposed to go up, which is Wednesday, April 3rd, I got an email today. Apparently the freaking last part of the shipment is going to show up Wednesday. So if you're watching this video, hopefully the parts showed up. Wish me good luck with that, and hopefully no issues. I don't know what happened, so yeah, I'm still waiting on those 2 parts. Hopefully they come soon, because they're parts that I actually need for the Civic so I could get it running. But Civic, I got a lot of plans for it. It's good. I'm just waiting on some parts, and we're just going to continue rolling with that car until we get finished with it, so that I can move on to the actual phase of the vehicle where I start just dialing it down, or getting it to the point that I want to get it to. Once we get to that point, I'll explain like the ultimate goal with the Civic. I don't know. It gets me very excited because I feel like it could be kind of like a business that I would like to start later on. As stupid as it sounds, just trust the process. I'll explain once we're there. Last car that I want to talk about is the 240. The 240 is one of those cars that I feel like I'm giving it such a bad life, but it's just so hard. It's been a car that I've neglected a lot and really has got me discouraged a lot. Sometimes I think about just selling it, getting rid of it, but I really love that car. And when I first got that car, I had it running great. Clutch blew up. I had to save up the money, so it took a bit so I could send it to get a clutch job. Clutch got fixed. I was able to drive it again. I enjoyed it. But actually, no, it had freaking a clutch master issue. There was some, I'm pretty sure there was air somewhere, so I had to replace all of that. But that took like months of me trying to figure it out what was the problem. So I couldn't even drive it right until I fixed it. Once I fixed it, I swapped out the belts because they were squeaking. I drove it a little bit, and then I parked it, and then San Diego flooded. So then the car got flooded now, and now it's not running again. So that is probably going to be the bulk of April. I'm going to be doing a lot of work on that car, or a lot of the videos should be uploading soon if everything goes to plan. Hopefully getting the car back up and running. That car, it's mainly going to be a maintenance series as well to start out. Just, I feel like 240s, well, they're everywhere on the YouTube space. Who doesn't have a 240 on the YouTube space? But I feel like I haven't seen a strictly maintenance, series on those cars to getting them basically up to par. I feel like a lot of people get them and they instantly just modify them, wheels, body kits, all that stuff. But since they're my cars and I want them to be running, I want all my cars to basically just be turnkey, whichever car I want to drive, knowing that it'll be reliable. And then I'll get to the point where I start modifying aesthetically. So if I get the car back up and running, that's pretty much the plan. Obviously, if you're into 240s, you probably already know what I'm going to want to do to that car. I don't want to rewrite the wheel. I really love those cars for what they can be. And yeah, I guess that's pretty much all I could say about the 240. I want to keep this video as short as possible, just a simple, transition video from my old content to what we're going to be moving into. I hope this interests you and you'd like to tag along for the journey. So yeah, I could be there one day when I'm out there making it big and you guys are like, I was there since this video. I don't know, some corny stuff like that. But that's it, guys. I'll see you guys in the next video. God bless. Chale ganitas.